Good damn morning, Americans. Jericho Green here with you once again. I got two things to talk about. Both are unnecessary and we shouldn't even be dealing with it. But the second is definitely worse than the first. So, first of all, thank you, Democrats. I never thought I would say that, but thank you. Because your impeachment, bullshit, witch hunt, whatever you want to call it, has created a monster. And what I mean is, you created a monster in Trump. Because now that he's been acquitted, now he's free to do what he wants. Now, I know that the Democrats could cook up some more charges, make some more trumped up charges, no pun intended. But then what? Because in the first impeachment, if they do try to do a second one, in the first one, that was supposed to be your home run. That was your shot. That's where you blew your load, so to speak. So if you try to impeach him again, what are you going to get him for now? What are you going to find now? What evidence, what reasons do you have now that you didn't have before? Why wouldn't you bring all this out in the first one? Why would you not swing for the fences to end Trump in the first impeachment? But I think if they try to do that again, even the craziest of the crazies would be like, especially definitely the more normal Democrats, the more libertarian leaning Democrats would be like, no, man, no, don't even start this shit anymore. Not only was the first one crazy and bumbled and fucked up by you dummies, but don't you have work to do? Don't you need to get back to your home states, all you garbage senators who are convening in Washington to carry out stupid shit like this impeachment? Don't most of you have fucked up areas in your home state that you should be home checking on? But from this, see, before this impeachment, Trump was a cute little mogwai. And then this impeachment was food that you fed him after midnight. Now he's a fucking gremlin, he's a monster, and he's coming after you. And one of the many ways he's going to start running down his list of things to do as a president is to start squeezing and suing these sanctuary cities. Bill Barr, the AG, announced Tuesday that he's going to file lawsuits against sanctuary cities. I think one of the first was some city in New Jersey. And basically, he's suing these sanctuary cities over their refusal to share their information with ICE and other federal agencies. Like if some piece of shit criminal illegal gets busted for a DUI, sexual assault, murder. I'm not making this shit up. If they get busted for things like that, these sanctuary cities and states refuse to hand over their information to ICE, like when they're being released or holding them until ICE can get there and pick his ass up and kick his perverted criminal ass out of here. Why would they not do that? Aren't they all law enforcement agencies? Shouldn't they be sharing? Did we not learn anything from 9/11? See, after 9/11, all the agencies, FBI, CIA, NSA, all that shit, they started sharing. Caring means sharing. Do you not learn anything from Barney? So we need to share this information so we're better equipped across the board. We need to know what's going on over there so we can be better prepared over here. So you know who's on that list? California has got to be on that list. And I know Los Angeles and San Francisco, aka Needles and Shit, California, will be next. So they want to lie to you and tell you that these illegals, hey, they're just here for a better life. They're going to go ahead, hide in the corner. There'll be no problem. And they'll seamlessly blend into our society. Wrong. Bullshit. That's a lie. A lot of the people that come up here aren't all Mexican and South American. I read a story a couple weeks ago. They found a shipping container full of dead Chinese people, Africans, Arabs. All these fools are coming through here. Or trying to come through our southern border. And when one of these people commit a crime, a serious crime, They need to be deported. A lot of them have been deported multiple times. That speaks to the insanity of our borders, how porous they once were. That you can be, and the lack of fear of consequences for you to be deported multiple times. So this snowball has just been pushed down the hill. And you know snowballs, they get bigger and bigger, and they roll faster and faster and become more and more destructive. That's what's going to happen. Now, these large cities, like the ones I named and others, they can have a better chance of fighting these lawsuits. But these smaller places, these smaller towns, these smaller municipalities can't withstand a lawsuit from the government. So you either go broke or you bend to the government's will. See, this is one of the few times the federal government needs to step in and make shit right. And how can you preside over a city, whether you be a mayor, a city councilman, anybody who has any authority over what gets shared and what doesn't? How can you look at what some of these people do to your citizens and not want them out of here? Is your virtue signaling that bad? Is your TDS that critical? Like, why would you do that? I bet you if one of those illegals goes out and drinks and kills one of your relatives in a DUI accident, you're not going to let his ass go. I bet your next call will be to ICE, baby, to come get this fool. How can you do that to your citizens? Why does it get to the point where the highest ranking law enforcement official has to step in and clean up your fucked up city? Everybody who has people in their city who agree with this shit, who agree with them not sharing with ICE and protecting illegals, you need to handle your business when it's time to vote and get people in there who, dare I say, care about you. Now, like I said before, the second topic is going to be worse than the first. But don't worry, it has somewhat of a happy ending. Not the one you're thinking about, you pervert, but a real happy ending. So, Ohio is sending through a bill. I believe it's called the Gender Affirming Care Act. I'll put a link in the description box to the article. But basically, it goes after doctors who are willing to carry out this gender reassignment bullshit for kids. Like giving them hormone blockers and in any way supporting this, basically from a medical standpoint. So if you're a doctor in Ohio and you help a kid transition, you could be hit with a fine and up to a year in jail. Good. What are you fucking doing? These are children. They can't even buy a cell phone. They can't enter into a contract to buy something. But you're going to allow them to tell you what gender they want to be? Not only is that silly, foolish, crazy, and laughable that you would even consider that, why don't you consider the suicide rate of transgender folk even after reassignment surgery, even after they've gotten what they think they wanted? There's more than a 40% chance that they will kill themselves. Do you want to help push somebody towards suicide, especially a child? Their fucking bones haven't even hardened yet. Their skulls haven't even fused together completely. And you're going to let them tell you what gender they want to be and take it seriously? Come on. And it's a shame that it would even come to this. Why does a law like this even have to be thought up? What self-respecting doctor would do this shit? Unless you're like Dr. Nick from The Simpsons. Hi, everybody. You're some bootleg ass doctor like that. What? And Missouri took it even a step further. They're going after the parents. Any parent that engages in giving their kid hormone blockers and medication to stop them from maturing. Yes, there are parents out there who will give their kids hormone blockers to stop their puberty process so they stay a little kid. And so they can keep them as a little boy or a little girl or whatever they fucking think their kid wants to be. So if parents engage in that, they will be turned over to Child Protective Services. What is going on? There has to be a law passed to stop parents from giving their kids drugs that will stop them from going through puberty. Huh? That's real? Hold on, yeah, I just pinched myself. I'm awake. I'm not dreaming. I'm not having a nightmare. So I'm happy that at least these two states got the sense enough to make this shit illegal. And I hope other states follow suit. I wish this wasn't a real thing that we had to even dedicate brain function to, but it is. So weird, disgusting, virtue signaling, fucked up, child abusing parents in Ohio and Missouri, watch out. Shady ass, garbage doctors, watch out. Because your ass can get hit with a fine, and the fine's only like $2,000, but the jail time, that's the one. You think some doctor wants to go to the booty house for a year for doing weird shit to kids? There might be some inmates in there that frown upon that. I'm willing to bet that most doctors aren't built for the penal system, or they're not built for the penal system to be in them, if you know what I mean. This is disgusting. It's gotten to the point where a law has to be made, so the law has to step in and protect you from your parents. Wait a minute. Aren't your parents supposed to be protecting you from other things? That's what I mean. They twist it. They're trying to blur the lines, switch the roles. This is what the Ku Klux Trans is all about. And when I say that, I'm not talking about all trans people. No group is all and every. I'm talking to these sick perverts that are trying to shove their agenda down our throats, trying to make it like there's something wrong with us if we don't agree with their craziness. When did this happen? How did we get here? If I want to go in the middle of a courtyard in public, pull my pants down, and slap myself in the ass with banana pancakes, you better be okay with that. And if you're not, there's something wrong with you. Not my crazy ass who's half naked, slapping himself in the ass with breakfast food. No. I'm not the problem. You are, because you don't agree. What kind of crazy shit is that? I'll tell you what kind of crazy shit it is. It's called the liberal virtue signaling mind. It's gonna poison us if we don't stop it, if we don't have more laws like this. Props to Ohio and Missouri. Somebody's got to step in and keep these kids safe. And since their piece of shit parents won't do it, who should be beaten from their calves to their shoulders, somebody else is going to have to step in and do it. So people, I will keep you abreast to this situation. But it's time for me to hop in this damn rat race. But you know how it goes. I try to be done with the left, but they just won't let me. Please subscribe, hit that notification bell, because every time it rings, a piece of shit liberal cries. Please help your boy stay independent and not suckle from the engorged veiny teat of YouTube by purchasing your Jericho Green notification tone. It's just $1.29. Fanatictones.com. Link in the description box. Utilize the PayPal link and the Teespring link to get your green gear. I am Jericho Green. Man, I'm out.